What's up, guys? This is the Honest Outlaw here, and today we're going to be talking about a classic. We're going to review the Sig P210, one of the finest and highest quality military pistols ever made. Before we do that, I want to mention my Patreon supporters. Thank you guys very much. You guys keep the channel moving, and because of that, we do exclusive content, answer all your questions. So if you're interested in all that, all you got to do is hit the description of this video, go down and click the link. Also, next to the Patreon link is a link to a local shelter that I like to support, so if you go down there and donate to those kids, I would sure appreciate it. What is the Sig P210? Well, first off, it is not a new firearm, although they are being remade and re-released here in the United States by Sig Sauer US. The original P210 was a Swiss service weapon from around the 1940s with a very high quality reputation. Arguably the highest quality military pistol ever fielded by a select group of people who could actually afford them. This version, however, is the standard version made in the USA. This has a Browning tilted barrel action, semi-automatic, 9mm, single action only pistol, and it comes with single stack magazines that only hold 8 rounds. Very similar in function and feel to the 1911, it also has internal slide rails similar to a CZ and cycles extremely fast due to the very low mass on the slide. When I saw this, I couldn't believe this was made by Sig, considering how low the bore axis actually is. The newest models of the gun have a 1911 style thumb safety, which I really like, and they do have an extended slide release and an extended magazine release, along with 25 lines per inch checkering, and they come with these pretty nice looking wood grips. It has a 5-inch barrel and comes in at 36 ounces because it is a steel framed gun, which I just love. It is a nitron finish, 3-dot sights, which we'll get into more here in a minute. Those walnut grips I just talked about, and the fit and finish is extremely high quality, which is certainly a callback to the original firearm. The slide fit to the frame is very, very nice, I have to say. It reminds me of a very custom 1911, and it's very tight, and the tight tolerances are very tight on this gun as well, which actually didn't lead to any reliability problems and does lead to an extreme increase in accuracy, which is why this gun landed itself on the top 5 most accurate guns of all time. I wish I would have went with the Target model. The Target model does come with those cooler and longer grips, but I'm not as concerned about that as I am these sights. My biggest gripe on this pistol is these flipping sights. I understand that it's a standard model, but when I originally purchased this gun, I thought I could get aftermarket sights for this or a red dot mount. What I really wanted was a dovetailed red dot mount. However, I was unable to find one, at least before this review. I got a line on a couple of them, but I looked at them and really wasn't that interested. Because of these sights, I just could not get that legendary accuracy out of the gun quite as well as I would have liked to. Don't get me wrong, it shoots really, really well. However, if you were to go for this gun, I would seriously recommend the Target version with the adjustable target sights on there. I think you're going to be significantly happier with that. The reliability on this gun was very good, especially for a gun that was initially made in the 1940s. It had 1 fail out of 1,000 rounds. On the downside, this gun took a really long time to shoot 1,000 rounds because I only have 2 magazines for it, and they only hold 8 rounds apiece. And on a compact gun, that seems acceptable, but on a 36-ounce steel frame 5-inch gun, I'd like a little bit more capacity. In my personal opinion, if Sig wanted to make a boatload, or at least for me, I'd certainly buy one. If they made a double-stack version of this gun that held somewhere between 17 and 21 rounds, I would be extremely interested, and I think a lot of people would be very interested in that also. And considering how wide these grips are, I see no reason why they shouldn't be able to do that, similar to a 2011. Now, I know I touched on this a little bit, but the accuracy on this gun is fantastic. And it's also legendary and really well known for being extremely accurate. The reason for that is the tight tolerances, the quality of build, the extremely high quality barrel, and the very, very good trigger. The trigger is the closest thing to a tuned-up 1911 I have ever felt, besides maybe a tuned-up CZ. The CZ, the 1911, and the P210 have the best triggers on the market, and I'll show you here real quick how good it really is. That is so ridiculous. I would say it's probably about a pound, maybe a pound and a half, maybe 2 pounds. It is very, very light right out of the box. This isn't customized or anything. This is just the standard model right out of the box, and it is unbelievable. I would say that's as good as my Wilson Combat 1911. Show you the reset here real quick. Drop the mag so it's a little bit easier. Now the reset's not near as good as the brake, and that's because this is a target pistol. It's not made for speed shooting. However, it does that just fine as well, at least for a very short period of time. I actually really like this design. I like the feel, I like the grip, I like the look, I like the checkering that went into it. I wish they would have checkered the rear strap as well though, so if they do end up making a double stack model with a much larger grip, I still hope that they take wood grip panels like this to look cool, but I would really like a little bit bigger grip, and I'm just not sure why they went away of this design. This is one of the most ergonomic and low-sitting single-action pistols I've ever seen, and that really does transition to some serious speed. I just wish it had more capacity so I could really get some fun out of it. Overall, I'm extremely impressed. I'm impressed with the fit, the finish, the design. I'm a big history buff, so obviously I like things like 1911s, high powers, and the P210. The problem I have with this gun that's sitting on the table is that it's the standard model. And again, I would recommend that you get the target model because at least that's designated for something. The standard model, essentially what it is a single stack gun that isn't quite accurate enough to be a target pistol because it doesn't have the target sights. It doesn't have enough capacity really to be a home defense gun. I mean, 8 rounds of 9mm is 2 less than a 1911, and that's really saying something. And it overall doesn't have the weight to be a carry gun since it's a little bit heavy. So it can't be a competition gun, it can't be a target gun, and it can't be a carry gun. You could probably use it for home defense, although it doesn't have a light. So in my opinion, it just doesn't really have something it excels in, or at least a job, other than looking cool and overall just being a pretty accurate gun. If you could put a red dot mount on it or have the target sights, like I said, the target model, now you'd have a gun that you could really show off to your friends because you could shoot at 100 yards plus and it would make you look awful cool. However, overall, I would have to say that the gun feels a little bit dated in its weight and capacity, on top of the fact that there just are not as many accessories available for this gun as something like a 1911. So if you were looking for a single stack gun that was in 9mm, I would definitely suggest you go for a 1911 over this. However, if you already have a 1911, this is certainly not a bad addition to any collection. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Please help out your local homeless shelters, and remember to recycle. I'll check you later.